What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Z Sports and Entertainment. I am Z, and this is the basement. Today's Throwback Thursday is a very special Throwback Thursday. It's one I recorded last week, actually, but I wasn't able to put it out because it just wasn't to the best of its ability. And I felt like I would have been cheating you guys. I felt like I would have been cheating the person I was talking about. So we gonna try this thing again, and we gonna do it the right way. Today's Throwback Thursday, we got Kenno Loyal, Columbia High School football class of 2012. And let me tell you something, man. Unlike the rest of the Throwback Thursdays, I had the honor of being teammates with this dude on the football field and the basketball court. I had the honor of being friends with this dude. I had the honor of just watching this dude perfect his craft at such a young age, man. And I truly believe that Kenno Loyal is not one of the, but the best running back who did not make the NFL. And to me, that's fact. I've had this debate with a bunch of DeKalb County, alum, as far as players and stuff like that. Kenno Loyal's at the top of my list, and he will be at the top of my list. I'm gonna take it back. If you haven't already noticed in the background what we got going on, these are Kenno Loyal highlights. I mean, dude was just a flat out dog. I mean, every time he touched the ball, he had breakaway ability. He had the ability to turn on the jets. He was a power back. He was elusive. I mean, look at that. That's ridiculous. This dude was a beast. I could sit here and watch this all day, but we're going to get into the video. I'm going to take it back. We're going to go back to middle school. I met Kenno Loyal in 6th grade at Columbia Middle School. And dude could have been our starting running back in 6th grade. That's no joke. I'm not playing. That's no joke. He was a beast. I mean, he was huge. Kenno Loyal looked like he was a junior in high school in the 6th grade. Head on swole, shoulders on swole, arms on swole. Like, he was ridiculous. Like, from a physical physique standpoint, and then once we got on the field and to be able to see what he could do, how he could move, God-given. Like, no other explanation other than that. God-given. I mean, 7th grade, I didn't play in 7th grade. And I'm going to tell y'all a funny story. A lot of people don't know this story. I didn't play in 7th grade because I was scared. I didn't play in 7th grade because the level of talent and the level of competition that Columbia Middle School had when I was in 7th grade was ridiculous. I mean, we had so much Division I talent on that middle school team. And I know it sounds crazy because I'm talking about a middle school, but we really had so much talent on that middle school team. My 7th grade year, it was ridiculous. And I'll be honest with you, we got out there in summer camp and training camp, and them boys started hitting, and them boys started running each other over. And I was on the line because I was a little fat motherfucker, but them boys got to hitting, and I was like, man. I remember this dude we had on our team. I can't remember his name, but I remember we had a dude on our team. He was a lineman. He was a shorter lineman, had glasses, but he was tough. We was doing, Oklahoma? We was doing Oklahoma. And this is how I knew I wasn't playing this year. This is how I knew I was like, you know what? I need another year to get ready for these boys. We playing Oklahoma. Coach blow the whistle. Boom, Coach Green. If you know Coach Green, shout out Coach Green. Coach Green, if you watching, shout out Coach Green. Coach Green blows the whistle. Boop. We get up. Boom, we go at it. Contact on contact. Everything's good until the last part of the play. He gets me. Boom. Now run me over. Like, come on, man. Whistle doesn't blow, though. They say play through the whistle. I get up, and out of anger, I go and, like, hit bruh in the middle of his back, knock him down. That wasn't cool. That let me know I wasn't ready to play organized football yet. So what I did was, I took that season, and believe it or not, I got myself together. I got myself right. I got my mental right. I got my confidence right. That was the biggest thing for me back then, confidence. I just genuinely felt like I wasn't supposed to be on the field with those guys. And this is no blame to Kenno, but Kenno was probably the main reason. But 7th grade, I was able to watch everything that young man did because I'll be real with y'all, I was a water boy in 7th grade. I ain't got no shame in it. I was the water boy, I was the team trainer, whatever you wanted to call it. That's what I was, 7th grade year. And watching that dude do what he did as a 7th grader, we only had a 6-game season. Kenno probably had over 1,000 yards rushing, probably had about 600-700 yards passing, had another 300 or 400 yards receiving out of the backfield, probably had 70 to 80 tackles. Kenno did everything. He was the kicker, he was the punter, he was the return man. That young man did everything. I mean, and I know a lot of people in middle school say that, they did a lot of different things in middle school, but y'all don't understand the importance of him. Without Kenno, we don't win. That's no joke. I know I just sat here and said we had an abundance of talent, but he was the piece that made everything go. I also remember in 7th grade, we had a quarterback named Corey. He was a lefty, and on my mama, I just knew we was winning the championship this year. Summer camp, this was something else that scared me. Summer camp, Corey broke his hip. I don't know if he broke his hip, dislocated his hip. Something happened with one of Corey's hips, and he wasn't able to play literally until the last game of the season, which was some bull. But stuff happens. Anyway, back to Kenno. I mean, it was, by the end of his 7th grade year, he was well known around the county. Literally, he was well known around the county. I remember after 7th grade year, going into 8th grade year, I went to an NFL JPD camp at Stevenson Middle School, and Kenno was there. Here's what was so crazy about Kenno, though, at that camp. Kenno didn't play quarterback, he didn't play running back, and he didn't play defense. At that particular camp, Kenno lined up at receiver. And he was out there heming them dudes on the line, 30, 40-yard posts, like digs and doing whatever he wanted to do. Some of them just straight flies off the line. Dude was a beast, man. Like, I can't explain that enough. It wasn't anything on the football field he couldn't do. You put him at DN, he gonna get the quarterback. You put him at linebacker, he gonna make the play. You put him at safety, he gonna ball hawk. You put him at cornerback, I'm pretty sure he gonna lock somebody up. Football was his breathing. Football was his breathing, and to watch him do that at such a young age was crazy. 8th grade year, we come back, boom. 8th grade, they kind of switched it up a little bit. They didn't want players playing both sides of the ball. So they tried to put everybody as a position in middle school. So Kenno didn't really touch the defensive side of the football in 8th grade, but quarterback, running back, and returner, man, that was him all day. I want to show y'all something real quick. Look at these numbers. I don't know if y'all saw them or not, but ridiculous. We're going to go back. I don't even normally do this. We are going to go back, because I want y'all to just see what this guy did. 5'11", 220. 4'5", 40. Top 15 running back in the nation. Not the state, the nation. 2-time All-State, 3-time All-County performer, 30 games played. And my boy had over, look at that, 3,700 yards rushing and 42 total touchdowns. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And he didn't play like that his freshman year. He didn't. Kenno had one big game his freshman year. I think he had like 5 carries for like 170-some yards. Stupid numbers. As a freshman, I remember that. 8th grade, ridiculous. I remember Kenno wore number 4 in middle school because for some reason, dude like Brett Favre. Like, I didn't get that. I understand liking the Packers, but you and Brett Favre have nothing in common from a football perspective. But hey, man, it is what it is. I'm a Matt Ryan fan. Probably gonna get some flack for that, but it is what it is. 8th grade dude ball. I did play 8th grade year. I played center in middle school, y'all. I was the dude that snapped the ball. And I remember first game. This is my first middle school game. I'm in 8th grade, but this is my first middle school game. First game of organized football in my life. We playing Chapel Hill Middle School week 1, and it's like 20-27. We got the ball in plus territory. It's 4th down. Kenno's at quarterback, I'm the center. We go shotgun. I fuck the snap up. Kenno gets sacked, and we lose the game. That's a fucked up and shitty way for your first game to end. You know what I'm saying? But, after that, had to get my stuff together because I didn't want to let that dude down again, man. I didn't want to let that dude down. I didn't want to let him down. Something else that was crazy about 8th grade year, we're playing Stevenson Middle School at Avondale Stadium. We're lined up on offense, and I remember this game so vividly because this was probably the best game I ever played from an O-line perspective. I didn't even start center that game. Coach Green took me from center and put me at right guard and put DeAndre Wynn at center because I had been fucking up. I was pancaking motherfuckers. I'm telling you, it was fun. That was a fun game, but we ended up losing. But the thing I remember about that game is this. First possession, we on offense. Defense out there, and they linebackers in their stance. And watch Kenno! Watch Kenno! They not saying watch Ford, watch the running back. They calling him out by name. That's not, in middle school, that's not really common. Watch Kenno. Everything was Kenno. What the fuck? Like, you don't do that in middle school. You don't game plan specifically for one individual in middle school. Like, that's ridiculous. We're going to fast forward a little bit. We're going to fast forward to high school. I remember Kenno going to high school, and I remember freshman year we had Coach Latham. I think it was Coach Latham. I'm going to stick with that. I think it was Coach Latham. We had Coach Latham. And I don't know if it was the first game or one of the first games, but I think we played Lakeside. And my boy, first high school game, and my boy was like third on the depth chart. First high school game, my boy, 5-6 carries, 170 yards, and 3 touchdowns, like I just said. That's no joke. 5 carries or 6 carries for 160. I'm not lying. Sounds like video game shit, but I'm not bullshitting y'all, man. Like, it was ridiculous what this dude was able to do on the football field. I'm not going to stress that. You fast forward to sophomore year, boom, 1,000 yards, double-digit touchdowns, easy, best player on the team. Junior year, let's take it up a notch. 1,200 yards. I remember week by week going to the DeKalb County stat sheet just to see where my boy was at. It was crazy. You couldn't tell me Kenno wasn't going to be the best running back in the league. You couldn't tell me. It was no debate. Me and my boy Will, shout out Big Will. If you don't know Will, check him out on Facebook. My boy got them bars, for real. Me and Will used to sit in Miss Vaughn class, Miss Floyd class. And Will used to, like, freestyle. He put Kenno on one of his it was just ridiculous, bro. But, yeah, another crazy something that happened in high school with Kenno. I don't remember what year exactly it was, but Kenno, somehow there was a rumor that Kenno was transferring to Stevenson. And if you know Stevenson High School, and if you know about Stevenson High School, they produce NFL talent. They have produced a lot of NFL talent over the years. There was a rumor that Kenno was transferring to Stevenson. And he disappeared for like a week, maybe even 2 weeks. He was gone. And everybody was like, where'd Kenno go? Ain't nobody know where he was at. I mean, some people probably knew he was there, but I ain't know where he was at. And I remember he just casually came back to Columbia one day, strolling down the hallway, chilling. And I never asked him, but like I remember a lot of people talking shit. Because if you don't know, Stevenson also had a top running back class of 2012. If you don't know, Mike Davis played the last 2 seasons. Played the last 2 seasons with the Atlanta Falcons. Previously with the Carolina Panthers, went to Stevenson High School, South Carolina Gamecocks. That Mike Davis. A lot of people was talking shit saying that Kenno couldn't keep up with Mike. A lot of people saying that Kenno would have been number 2 on the depth chart if he would have went to Stevenson. And I think Kenno took offense to that. And he took that shit personal. Like, yeah, Mike went to South Carolina and, you know, he did what he did as far as making the leagues. And shout out to Mike Davis, you feel me? No, I ain't knocking you at all. But you were not the better back. I'm sorry. You were not the better back. If my boy would have legit got a shot and would have legit been able to get on that Ole Miss field, you wouldn't be the better back today. I'm just saying. I'm a little biased, but I don't care. Something else like about this dude, he wasn't just a football player. I mean, I know I keep talking about it like he was some kind of god, but like, play AAU basketball, Coach Griffin, Atlanta Titans. If you know, you know. If you don't, you need to. This dude walked into basketball practice one day and started getting buckets. Coach Griffin put him right there on the block at power forward and couldn't nobody stop him. Kenno had this ugly jump shot where he had like this push one hand shot. It was so ugly, but for some reason, I didn't understand how somebody who had that many muscles, that strong, could shoot the basketball at such a high rate. I didn't understand it. I couldn't comprehend it. But whatever works, big dog. And he was just multi-talented, man. Long story short, and I'm not cutting this video short, I have so many memories, and there are so many things that remind me of Kenno, and I could talk about, like, for real, I could talk about this guy for a very long time. Coming out of high school, again, one of the top players in the county, like, no doubt about it. ESPN ranked. I remember watching National Signing Day that year, and I remember when they got to Ole Miss and his name popped up on the TV, bro. Like, and it was like number 7 or 8 running back in the country, Kenno Loyal, Columbia High School, Decatur, Georgia. Like, that was so uncommon. Y'all don't understand. That was so uncommon back in 2011, 2012 for like, if you wasn't Stevenson, MLK, or Tucker, you wasn't producing top talent. So for us to finally have one, Power 5, SEC, let's go. I mean, Kenno signed to go to Ole Miss. For whatever reason, unfortunately, I don't think Kenno ever played a game at Ole Miss. But I promise y'all, if that dude would have been able to get on a college field, he's starting by sophomore year. He might have had the red shirt just to get his grades right. But that red shirt freshman year, he's starting. The one thing Kenno was never able to do once he graduated high school was just play football. It was so many other outside factors and other outliers that prevented him from being on the field. He was never able to just play football. Fuck everything else, put a ball in my hand, let's go. He was never able to do that. Kenno bounced around a little bit, went to a couple different community colleges. Did he go to I think he went to Butler. I think he hopped out west in Arizona for a little while. Then I think he came close. I think he went to Tuskegee. I remember when he was at Tuskegee because I remember Kenno had a 100-yard game. And I remember watching the highlights of that 100-yard game. And this was like 2 years removed from high school. And I remember watching, I was like, bro, this dude still got it. It was like a 70-yard scamper. I was like, this dude really still got it. And I was hoping and I was praying that he would get one more opportunity to play high-level college football after that. But I think about that so much. I do. I think about that so often. What would have happened if that dude would have been able to legit just play football? What would have happened if that guy would have just been able to focus on carrying the rock, be in his playbook? Because physically, he was there. By the sophomore year in high school, he was college ready. Speed, power. He was hurdling motherfuckers like, I don't know if it was Arabian Mountain. I think I went to an Arabian Mountain game or Cedar Grove. I hated Cedar Grove. We could not beat Cedar Grove to save our damn life. Fucking Jonathan McQuarrie. Anyway, man, he was a beast. He was a beast. Kenno, I appreciate you for all the memories. I appreciate you for showing me love. I appreciate you for being cool. I appreciate you just for being genuine, bro. One thing nobody can ever say about you, big homie, is that you was fake or you wasn't real. You was always both of those. Real talk. I salute you, man. I respect you. And whatever it is you're doing today, bro, go hard at it because I know you will. If you need anything from me, feel free to reach out. I got you, bro. I'm still your boy. Still got love for you. I know it's been a long time. But this what we here for, man. this is what we're here for. We're gonna talk about a lot more people from that Columbia High School 2012 team. Just because they was I got that's a person that's a connection to me. That's a personal connection. We're gonna talk about Jabari Menifee. We're gonna talk about Keith Unready. We're gonna talk about Big T. We're gonna talk about Big E. We're gonna talk about Talon Green. We gonna talk about these people. We're gonna talk about these guys who legit had chances to be. These guys making this crazy ass money now in the NFL, them supposed to be my boys. Them supposed to be the dudes I went to high school with. Them supposed to be them. That's why I'm coming to y'all with these Throwback Thursdays, to let y'all know, man, that the guys that made it sometimes aren't the best guys. That's just real talk. Kenno, I love you, bro. I respect you. I salute you. We're here to give you your flowers, man, and I hope we did you justice. I hope I did you justice. I am Z. I appreciate you guys for watching Z Sports and Entertainment. Again, we coming to you from the basement. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share. I love y'all, man.